Hi everyone and welcome to Exocad Beginner. So in this track, we are going to have various different parts. And in the first part, I would like to go through what we call in Exocad Dental DB. Dental DB is this exact first screen, which is where we import all of the information needed in order to be able and carry out our design. It is very simple, but we have to absolutely fill it out correctly in order to be able and move on to the next steps. On the top left here, we just import the client's name. So in this case, I chose to write Exocad Beginner. On the second part here, name would be the patient's name. You can input the box number if you want as well. You can import a model if you want, whatever helps your production. On the third part, you can write the technician's name, the technician who will be carrying out the design in order to have a record of who it is that performed this design. In the notes section, this is a very nice handy option in order to be able and add some notes, making sure we can have some crucial information in our internal team. For example, in this case, I could write margins were not clear, or we can write, please ask doctor to reduce opposing. Like this, we have a record of what went down in this case, what we think we noticed, if we saw this beforehand, or we can always go back to it after the design and add those notes. On the bottom here, right now, there's nothing because we haven't saved our project. But once we finish filling everything out and we have inputted all the information and we press save, then a project will be created. So all that means is there's going to be a folder that will be created for this case here, for this patient, and in which we will have all of the STL files and the designs and the models and whatever it is that we choose to design. On this part, we can click on each and every tooth, and it all depends exactly what it is that we want to do. So in this case, let's just say we are making a lower molar. We're going to make a full contour, number 30 or number 46. And that's where all of the options appear. I will not go through each and every option right now because there are many. And all we want to do right now is make a fully anatomical crown. So therefore, we are going to click on anatomical crown. We're going to choose the material that we want to make it in this case, zirconia. So we're going to click on zirconia. And for the other options and parameters, we're not doing anything implant supported. Once we speak about the implant part of the in the more advanced track, then I will go through these. But for now, we're just making an anatomical crown, a fully anatomical crown on a natural tooth. We're making it in zirconia. If we want, we can also choose the color that we're going to choose. Let's just say we're making it in an A1, and we press OK. What happens automatically is that we have the antagonist appear. So Exocad saw that we're making a crown on 30 and automatically chose number 3 as its opposing. The other thing that is missing right now are the adjacent teeth. We can just click on number 29 or 45, click on adjacent tooth, and press OK. Now, we could click on 31 and do the same thing, but there is a little shortcut and a little hotkey that we can use, which comes into a pretty nice little tool, especially when we're making bigger cases, full mouth reconstructions or bridges, etc., so that we don't have to click on each and every tooth. So Exocad remembers our last choice. In this case, we chose adjacent tooth, so it will remember adjacent tooth. If I press Control and keep it down, and I press on number 31, well, it remembered that my last choice was an adjacent tooth. Therefore, it will automatically fill it in as an adjacent tooth. So this is true for any choice. It could be for an antagonist. It could be for another anatomic crown if we had another one on some other tooth. Just remembering the last choice, keeping control down. This is a nice little tip and a little hotkey that saves a little bit more time. Now, on the bottom here, we can choose what kind of scan we are making. This is more true if we are making an in-house scan with a desktop scanner. We will choose, for example, if we're digitizing two models that have come in analog, we can choose two-stone models in occlusion, since we're going to scan them with our desktop scanner. Or in this case, it's a digital impression, so we can just choose digital impression scan. And again, tooth shade, once again, is an option here. We can choose A1. Now, if we want to scan a bite fork for jaw motion import, which is, for example, the Zebra system, this is where we can also import more information as far as to input some condyle information, but that is a little bit more of an advanced track. So just to recap, we are making an anatomical full contour zirconia crown on number 30. Once all of this has been inputted, we're going to press save, and watch on the bottom left over here, a project file will be created. So what that means is that we can click open in Explorer, and that will take us exactly where this folder has been created. So we have our project, but it's empty. We don't have STLs. So there is two ways of doing this in Exocad. If we are digitizing the analog workflow, meaning we received impressions, we poured them, we prep the dies, and we are scanning those models in order to be able to import the information, what we can do is we could link our scanner to Exocad. Like this, we don't have to manually import the files, and we don't have to input the information twice. All we do is we import the information in the beginning, as we just did now, identifying the crown. We press a scan button that would appear here if we linked it. In this case, this one is not linked, which is why we don't see it. And that would launch our scanner, we scan, and then we can go directly to the design, and we don't have to re-import all of this information. Now, in this case, we need to retrieve those files. And it's nice to know how to do this, because sometimes, for example, we have some doctors that will email files for some reason, just because sometimes there are glitches that happen. Just in any case, there are many different possibilities. It's good to know and navigate and understand where the files are. So there is a folder called CAD data, and that is exactly where all of the patient and project files are stored. The ones that we create, the project creation files, are always stored in the CAD data file. Then it creates a number using the date and just an ID number, the case number. And then within that, that's where we want to drop in any information we have. For example, if we're making a smile design, you would want to have your smile picture in here just to have a quick access. If you have a wax up scan, you want to add it in here, your STLs, your upper, your lowers, etc.